I am Anil Kumar. Here is a straight question from our book Rediscover Algebra and Trigonometry. We'll relate three different methods to finding the greatest common factor. We have three set of numbers to work with. The question is, find greatest common factor between following numbers. Now these three strategies should be applied depending on the cases. If we are working with very simple case, which is problem A, we are working in for 12 and 18, we could write the factors of these numbers. 12, 1 times 12 is 12, 2 times 6 is 12, and 3 times 4 is 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12 are the factors of 12. Now write down factors of 18. 1 times 18, 2 times 9. So the way I am writing in a sequence, we are not going to miss any factor, correct? 3 times 6, and that's it, right? Now once we wrote all the factors, let me write 6, 9, 18 closer. Now we can see which are common and which is the greatest. So the greatest common in this particular case happens to be 6. 6 is common to both, and that is the greatest common factor. So it is simple, we could write that the greatest common factor between 12 and 18 is basically 6. Now let us take up 96 and 120. These are slightly bigger numbers. If you start writing the factors, you might miss on some of them, right? How should we do it? Better way to find greatest common factor with slightly bigger numbers is to do prime factorization. So let us do prime factorization of 96. So 96 can be written as 2 times 48. Well, 48 is 6 times 8, as you know. 6 is 2 times 3. And 8 could be written as 2 times 2 times 2, right? So we get 96 as equal to, how many 2's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3. Correct. So it is 32 times 3, which is 96. Let's take up the next number, 120. 120, you can say 12 times 10, right? Quicker way to prime factorization is if you could split it into bigger numbers first and then smaller, right? Okay, so this is 4 times 3, 2 times 5. 4 is 2 times 2. So we get 120 as equal to 1, 2, 3 2's, right? And there is 1, 3 and 1, 5. We are interested in finding the greatest common factor. Now you can see greatest common factor in this case is what? How many 2's are common? We got 3 2's in 120 and 5 in 96, so at least 3 are common, right? So 2 to the power of 3 I am writing, and 1 3 is common, 5 is not common. 2 to the power of 3 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24. So the number 24 is the greatest common factor between 96 and 120. Makes sense, right? So this is better than writing all the factors and then finding out which one is the greatest. Okay, great. So we learned the second method, which was prime factorization. Now let's look into even more bigger numbers, 120 and 144. Then how should we do it? So I'm going to discuss with you this method, which is also called Euclid division method, 120 and 144. processors will divide one number by the other. So in this case, we are going to divide 144 by 120. So it goes one time, right, 120. So what is the remainder? Remainder is 4 and then 2. Now we are going to divide 120 by 24, the remainder. Okay. So if I do that, what do I get? 120 divided by 24. It can go 5 times, right? So 5 times 4 is 20 and 5 to 10 and 2 12, correct. Since 24 divides evenly, 24 becomes the greatest common factor. You see 2-3 steps, right? So greatest common factor is indeed equal to 24. This is one of the most efficient way of finding greatest common factor. And it works even if we have got more than 2 numbers. So first you do with first 2, then with the next number, the result. So if I would have had, let's say, another number 300 here, right? Then we would have divided 24 into 300 and find the greatest common factor. That is how it works. So I hope you have understood this strategy. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that would be great. Thank you and all the best.